All right, I'm going to give y'all the benefit of the doubt for right now. I've never Googled this, so we're going to see what Google's got to say. All right? And I'm going to ask you, do you believe in demonic possession? It's a yes or no question. If you have to think about it, then you are under possession. If you respond so quickly with a no, you are sadly mistaken and very indoctrinated. So, let's see what it says. Definition, hang on. Demonic possession. It even says it right there. See, wonder why it wouldn't give us a definition out loud like it usually does. Wonder why all the people wouldn't be pushing this. Because now it's like, I wish I would have Googled this before I started this video, because now we're just going to look at it together. So under Wikipedia, instead of demon possession, it's spirit possession. What the hell? And then it pulls up possession of Elizabeth Knapp of Groton, Massachusetts, was documented by so-and-so. Her possession was struck, whatever. We don't care about, see, they have to use an example. See, an example is something you have to see, okay? The unseen, you can't, possession, a demonic possession comes very slowly. And you have to open yourself up. That's what we're saying. You're under a possession to just freely just go through all this every day. Without a care in the world. This wasn't designed for you. This whole invention is an invention of the human anatomy. And you have no idea these lights destroy all the brain fluids and everything. And y'all can't think about it. It's just this. Every night, everybody's in there. It's it. And there's lights right above your head. And you've turned your back on them. But we're just trying to look into... Here's demon possessions and mental illness. Medieval... Hey, oh, God almighty. This dude from the Washington Post from 2016 says, as a psychiatrist, I diagnose mental illness. Also, I help spot demonic possession. Psychology Today says a different diagnosis of demonic possession. But see, here's the thing is, the hospital industry can't diagnose a demonic possession. What the fuck? See, this is where it all goes into this. Okay? From day one, the brain doesn't even have what it's made of. It doesn't. Generations have been misled on purpose. So when the material's not in a vehicle that's supposed to be in there, but if you've got to look at a vehicle the same way as your anatomy. If you put the cheapest parts on that vehicle and put the lowest grade oils and gas and fluids, what are you going to get out of it? Do you understand? Then you apply that same principle to human anatomy. But see, in your world, you've seen so much movies, so many movies, rather. And see, your whole existence comes through movies. Whatever's in the movies is what you learn at school. It's stupid. It's insane. And then everywhere you go, there's the attractions and tour centers, and let's go jogging through whatever happened supposedly here, even though they planted people and then created a history. The word history ain't even been around, but not even long at all. It's made up. But this right here is a holly stick. This comes from the holly tree. I've had this for years. I did this a long time ago and just have it to use as an example, because I put the different signs of the zodiac on it and made my own one to do videos with, because this tree is the holly tree. It's Hollywood is what it is. And to use this, because I'm not a warlock or a wizard or a seer, and I don't have huge magic wands from Harry Potter, but let's go with the narrative that's what people know. The Druids used to use sticks, wands made of the holly tree, Hollywood. And what they would do is they would they would stand in the middle of a hexagon or a hexagram or at the crossroads of an intersection, long time ago, real stuff. And then they would cast that's Walmart's logo too. Right here's Walmart's logo. Yeah. So they would cast spells out of that, because of the symbol represents Saturn. You get a cube in there, but we ain't got time for all that. And now what we have is this technology, okay? And what you see in the films are not the cast members. They're part of the cast in totality, casting into your mind. See, real quick, I'm going to give you something to really think about. Animals. When you see group animals, you'll see a group of animals flying, certain ones migrating. Then you'll see them out. People in cities have no idea. They just see it on TV. So their eyes, it's a different feeling. But these animals, there's a group conscience. And what that means is those animals that are created by God with a magnetic field have a group conscience that is controlled by one being, that their job is to control the group conscience of the animal species God created. God has a hierarchy of nature, angels and warriors doing that work, and we don't know about it. So when next time you look at an animal, you're looking at one of God's workers that controls that certain life form. So you're looking in the eyes of a soldier for God, especially the plant life. You need to think about how beautiful flowers are in the blossoms. Well, each light, LED up there, produces that smell, blossom, all that. And you should learn your colors from the plants and everything, but you don't. You go buy crayons and learn nothing at all, which implies that from the beginning, sounds like you're already in a possession. You're already in it. You are the product. There's nothing in this world that is hidden from us. But there's nothing worse than seeing. That's why I quit going to places. People hate me. They hate what's inside of me is what it is. I'm tired of, I now still am. I don't go certain places. Why don't you get the app? You don't have the app? You don't have the app? Think about how many people have sold their soul for a free chicken sandwich or a free Slurpee. or for free anything for $2.49. You don't have the app? See, in order to be in a possession, you've got to be fed into a series of yeses through temptations in order to be fully subjugated, which is right there in Wikipedia, spirit possession, subjugation, or subjection is what it says. Let's just see what Wikipedia says. Excuse me, spirit possession, demon possession, rather, is an unusual or an altered state. Damn, I cannot believe this is in here. Google it right now while you're watching this and we'll read it together. Spirit possession is what it'll be. It says not to be confused with obsession, spiritism, or mediumship. We'll look at that in a minute. It's all in the same ball field, okay? You're in the same stadium. Spirit possession is an unusual or an altered state of consciousness and associated behaviors which are purportedly caused by the control of a human body and its functions by spirits, ghosts, demons, angels, or gods. The concept, it's not a concept. Listen, the mental illnesses are not what, listen, you've seen it their whole life. Crazy, don't listen to him. Those are demons. If the brains had the material, then it's godlike, an image of God. But since it doesn't have the material and thieves have been welcomed in through chemicals, now the Ahrimanic beings are in there doing their job. It makes no sense to you because it's like, I live in the nicest house and have degrees of paper and I know everything and he's a dummy. Listen, it's not real. I can't explain it enough. You don't have it in here to even possibly fathom it. But if you do watch this, you need to keep all this to yourself. Nothing's going to change. You're going to constantly come at me instead of the system. That's how you've been designed. The familiar ringtone that resonates with your brain, your cerebrum, the memory bank. The resonation of the sounds since you've been a child. Whatever it is you've watched has coerced you in the direction along with the news. So I'm ready. I'm open to the spirit of TV, which is Satan, demon. Now it's fixing to input into my brain. And whatever I watch, it's telling a vision. He's crazy. He's crazy. He's crazy. And y'all are all this little Ahrimanic host. It's crazy because you'll go, no, I'm not. It's like you're in a nasty routine. Everybody is. You've been subdued, man. Not many of y'all are going to take heed to this. And this is nothing. I'm just trying to help you out and you won't get it. The concept of spirit possession exists in many cultures. Depending on the cultural context in which it is found, possession may be considered voluntary or involuntary and may be considered to have beneficial or detrimental effects on the host. Okay, well, TV creates a possession voluntarily and involuntarily. And the effects are detrimental to the host is the human being. Spirit possession is often regarded as a reason in support of spirits, deities, or demons. It is. In 1969, that's funny. Study funded by the National Institute of Mental Health. But mental health implies that it's going to get healthy. Mind health. Healthy. And none of them do. Y'all are, listen, nothing gets better. They're just handing out fucking careers right now like candy. Here, you want one? Go get one. And all these dumb children that are running around, y'all are crazy. Do you know how much money my fucking son and daughter's making, Matt? That's all I hear. The ones that come at me. I ought to read some of my messages y'all send me. People that just sit there and watch and fucking send shit. It's stupid. It's like, yeah. And they're sitting there drinking. It's insane. It is fucking crazy that even in the hospitals, it's like, here, drink more shit that gives you diseases. Not one person can see that. And that shows you the possession that everybody's under through the constant repetition of memorizing shit. Them creating you. I ain't fucking growing up poor. That's the thing. And the ones that don't want position, status, and then whatever it is, geographical location you're in, whatever card you're dealt, you're going to be controlled by whatever faction of a structure that's going to be around there. And now it's going to be the mega churches that are false prophets. They're Luciferian spirits controlling the Ahrimanic beings. Then that work for the big boy. Yeah, Lucifer ain't shit. And those of y'all that's like, oh, it's not real and all this. We can prove it through that. And once again, you do not have it in here. The spirit in you who has an abstract thought and thinking since day one, which is not reality, will grab on to something that's temporal, which Scripture's totally against, and go, look at this! That spirit is just, look at what's in me, and you can't see that. Not one of you can. And that's not for me or you. It's just simply identifying it. See, if you were taught to do a real inventory in school, self-appraisals and say, what am I doing to myself? Is this destructive in the long run? In 10 or 20 years, is this destructive to my anatomy? Is it going to cause brain diseases or something? Because it's sad. I do things in my life, in this flesh form. I do things, and truthfully, I don't know if it's me doing them or God doing them, and looking, because through 90% of your existence comes through your eyes, and what you look at goes straight to God, your higher power. And I saw one today sitting there, and then, because I'm very observative, and I want to look at the surroundings, and then lo and behold, they lift up soda. And right then and there, you could take it all away, all the surroundings, and I was looking at the lifetime of that individual and the brain being dehydrated slowly over the course of time, and then that brain sucking all those cell salts up, trying to fix it over the decades, and then finally it sucked enough, and now it's depleted. Now it's bankrupt, like Scripture says. And now it's causing it. Ahriman's done his job. And Satan, depending on where they go, they'll get a good one. Jesus picked you. And that's the illusion that y'all live in. That's a possession. So, but see, the whole thing is Satan has made it in your world to where listen, for all people to just go inside. Seriously, there's no coming out of this. Listen, they're passing all children now. You can't see how they took out paddling, took out Jesus slowly. We're going to do this. It was planned a long time ago, and you're fucking so dumb that y'all live in the day. Y'all live in the day, just like an alcoholic, but you won't admit it. You do not know how to project. In alcohol and recovery, they'll say, don't do that. And it's like, no, we're talking about the spiritual world now. See, recovery, for me, was the foundation of where we are now, because the 12 steps in the Blue Book actually comes from Saturnian shit. The 12 grades that you go through is Saturnian. The church, the towns, the banks you go to are Saturnian. The government is Saturnian. All states are Saturnian. The money is Saturnian. The TV is Saturnian. All of it, every bit of it. Your birth certificate is Saturnian. Because in this world, Saturn is the crown, Satan, the crown. On your birth certificate, it's a crowned copyright. In the story. Surname in Black's Law Dictionary is above and beyond the Christian name. That means the surname's here, the Christian name's here. Scripture says you can't serve two masters. There's the first and then the second. So we're number two. To God, because we make sure, buddy, you better take a seatbelt on. Better remember my memo. It's like, this is my car. This is the dumbest thing ever. And it's like, well, it's a racket. Just like in tennis, they play with a racket. Because the whole fucking thing is a racket. I gotta go. That was just very little. Yeah.